Hey, so you know you don't have to wait until December the 31st at 12 o'clock to decide what you want to do for your next year, right? You don't have to wait until the clock strikes 12 and something magical happens and then now you can fulfill your dream for the next year. Do you know when that starts? It starts now, and it's not too late. My name is Erica Strong, and so I was sitting here in my office. You see, positive mind, vibes in life, getting myself together. I have my tea, I have my candles. I'm like pulling myself into a space that's preparing me to move forward. And I don't know if I've heard this quote before or if I read it, because I read a lot. If you were in my office, you'll see my library is full of books that I'm always just trying to ingest and digest and get as much information to be able to share it and give it to other people that's going to help them. But the quote that I heard is that the more you help somebody get what they want, the more you can get what you want, right? So the more, and this is how I interpret it for myself, the more that I take the attention away from me getting what I want and put it on helping somebody get what they want, the things that I want is just going to manifest. It's just going to show up, right? So as I was sitting here and getting my stuff together for 2023, I thought, this is the stuff that I need to share. Not the finished product, not the makeup and the hair and all of that, and that's good, but this is the stuff that I need to share. And this is the stuff that really makes the foundation of whatever it is that you desire to be, to become, and anything in your life and in your business. So instead of me waiting until my finished plans and product have been developed, I wanted to bring you along on the journey that I use to get me ready for the next year, the next month, the next quarter. I don't just sit down and do this once a year. I do this quarterly. I'm always checking myself weekly, almost daily, y'all. This is why my brand is finishing strong. My company is finishing strong. It's that ING that gets you. It's the thing that makes you know that you're always in a moving process. You're always moving forward. So here are some things, and there's 3 quick things. I'm not going to hold you long, that I want you to consider, start working on, so that when the 12 o'clock magical time hits December 31st. Did I say January when I began this? I don't remember. My brain is like all over the place. But December the 31st, when everybody feel like that magical time changes over, you'll already be prepared, right? So I asked myself, what are the things that I need to do to prepare for 2023 right now? The first thing that I wrote down was to forgive yourself for what didn't go the way that you planned. How many of us sit in this space of regret, defeat? I hadn't done everything that I wanted to do, almost like this deflated feeling like, man, this year didn't go the way I wanted, so I messed up. No, forgive yourself, right? Take account of every small win that you had and give yourself a pat on the back. For me, everything did not go the way that I planned, but there were some major goals that I had in place before this year started that I accomplished, right? And so that major goal was the thing that made me feel like, I got it now. I got it. And I can still forgive myself and move forward to find the very thing that's going to help me to propel in 2023. So the way I see it is, you've already started the process of moving forward. You've already started the process of doing something different, creating that change. So now it's time to just pick it up and keep going. So the first thing is to forgive yourself. You do not live in this sense of regret or this sense of defeat or this sense of it didn't work out for me, because anything that's worth having, worth accomplishing, it's going to take time. You're not going to do it in 1 year, right? Sometimes magically that happens, you blow up in no time, but 99.9% of the time, there is no blow up. There is all of these times, the behind the scenes, the ponytail, the no makeup, behind the scenes, grinding and trying to figure it out. We run and jump to try to show everybody the things that we've been doing, but it's the behind the scenes grunt and grind that really polishes you, so that when you do show up, the things that you're working on is like solid, right? So the first thing is to forgive yourself for what didn't go the way that you planned. The second thing is to create clear goals. And I know people say, oh my God, Erica, the goals is just really what tears me down. You know, I create this goal and it doesn't happen. And that's why I end up regretting whatever happened for 2022 going into 2023. So here is one question that I ask myself, that I use that to be my barometer as I kind of process through my year. So the question is, what is the one thing that when this year is done, if I'm sitting at this time next year, December the 31st, 2023, or today is December the 26th, because we just had Christmas yesterday, December the 26th, 2022, when I'm sitting at December 26th, 2023, what is the one thing that I can say that I'm so proud of myself that I accomplished? That one major goal. Usually when you hear people say write out your goals, we write out a whole laundry list of things and then we feel defeated before we even get started. Yeah, I might have a goal to, you know, eat better, save money, all of that stuff. But what is the one thing at the end of the year I can sit back and say, I did that? For me, for 2022, the one thing that I said I was going to do the beginning of this year was to really learn and understand the technology behind business growth and scaling. Helping my entrepreneurs to learn how to scale their business using technology, because that's a fearful thing for most people. They feel like, oh, it's too much, I can't get it. Social media is just too much. How do you use technology to your advantage? Did you know 90% of the copy meaning like the words and the content that goes into most posts, people don't even write them themselves? Did you know that 90% of ebooks that people write, they don't even write them themselves? They have AI writers that almost do everything for you. You have Canva that can create whole presentations for you. When you understand and really wrap your head around how technology can really spearhead you along in your business, it'll take the fear away. But that was one of mine. It wasn't like a fear, it was just like that, the fear of the unknown. Like, I can't understand all of this. And guess what I did? When I found things that I couldn't understand, I hired somebody to help that knew how to do it, right? So I was able to accomplish a major goal. And one of the biggest goals was transforming all of my clients from just strictly one-on-one counseling and coaching to now a course that they can repeat and replay and repeat and replay as much and as many times as they need. And that was a huge accomplishment for me. So 2022, I did exactly the one goal that I started off this year doing. Because when you narrow it down to a single focus, and then in that single focus, you create which is number 3, a plan. You are more apt to be successful in the one single focus that you said you wanted to do, right? So we're gonna, instead of creating a laundry list of goals, we're gonna give you what is that one goal that you want to be able to say, at this time next year, I have either accomplished it or it'll be completely done by the 31st, right? And number 3, like I said, what is the plan? So when we start to create our goals, it becomes real convoluted when we are trying to figure out, okay, now how do I do it? All you have to do is sit down and create a plan. Just like I just learned this year how to make a German chocolate cake from scratch. Now, I'm smiling when I say that because I've never made anything from scratch, like not baked. I'm not a baker. And so to be able to go from just the ingredients to this finished product, I was very proud of myself. But I would not have been able to do it if I didn't have a plan, which was the ingredients. Okay, so just like the ingredients for the cake, you have the ingredients and then you have the instructions as a plan. anything that is gonna that you want to have that is gonna be successful, success requires a blueprint, a business plan, a plan of action, a course of action. You have to know, and it doesn't have to be as formal as a business plan, but you have to know, like, first I do this, second I do this, third I do this, fifth I do this. It doesn't have to be anything that's gonna make you spaz out and feel like you have to, you know, come up with this master idea, but give yourself some workable plans to accomplish that goal. So, like, what is your plan for your content? This was something that I'm sharing with you what I did for my content. You know, I know it's about entertaining, but it's also about educating, and it's also about engaging. You want to really map out what is your plan to create content. It can't be just press play and go, which is what I did today, but this is a part of the education, right? So I'm going to still have to have it planned out and mapped out. How many days a week am I going to post whatever it is that I want to convey? Whatever story that I want to pull my audience into, whatever engagement that I want them to have, how do I plan out what does that content look like, what is the frequency, and what am I going to be talking about? Another one is like business growth for me. So like, what are some of the things that in growing my business that I need to make sure that I have consistent in creating that plan. So these are just some of my ideas of what I wanted to share with you. On my list of plans that I have to create is my content, my business growth, my health choices, and my life choices. How many vacations do I want to take? How much time do I want to spend with my family? This is the time to start thinking about those things, putting it together, and planning it out. This is how we start 2023 strong and finish 2022 stronger. All right. I love you. I hope this helped, and I'll see you in 2023.